99.5 with me, Joseph and Olive, this morning on the program. So, we're going to talk about something that has affected our country and continue to affect our country and the globe: misinformation and disinformation. We hosted Taweh Johnson the other time. We talked about some of those issues. Today we will go in depth and talk about more other issues as it relates to misinformation, disinformation. Taweh is the Executive Director of Campaigners Against Mis and Disinformation in Liberia. Taweh, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Joseph. Good morning to Olive. Olive, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes, and let me also say good morning to Gilda. And good morning to our online listeners and viewers. We are grateful to be here on the OKFM Morning Rush. This is my second appearance.
Yeah, okay. It's good to have you.
Yes,
thank you. Let's talk about the latest campaign that you had as it relates, because you are like going everywhere trying to spread the gospel of the danger of spreading mis and disinformation. Where did you go lately, and what did you tell the people about this?
Thank you, Joseph. I am Taweh Johnson. I am the founder and executive director of Campaigners Against Misinformation and Disinformation. This is a local non-profit improving community resilience to false information in Liberia. We got established in September 2022, and we've been working since we got established. We've done a lot, and when I was here, I explained what we have done. So regarding your question, 2 weeks ago we're in Bentall City, rural Masurado County, Bensonville, and we conducted a misinformation and disinformation awareness campaign with over 30 residents of Bentall, enlightening them on the danger of false information in Liberia and also teaching them on how to verify information. Joseph, let me inform you that these people were excited to get the information. Most of them told us that, okay, but why is it that you people stopping only in Bentall? Why you can't go Harrisburg too? So it tells us that the information is very essential. And false information, Joseph, can undermine peace. It also undermines development, democracy, governance, the rule of law. That's why it's important for us not to joke with false information in Liberia. It's important for us to create more awareness, organize trainings for Liberians to be equipped with the relevant knowledge and skills on how to verify information before they share it. Because this time social media is really promoting the spread of false information in the country.
That is very good, and social media is one thing that we cannot talk misinformation, disinformation with our social media, because back then you only hear that somebody take it from one person to another to the other, but this time just one post and go wide, and everyone will have to have a view or have to see it, or sometimes people share it. So what will you tell us about sharing information? What kind of information should we share?
Accurate information. Always share accurate information. Accurate information that you verified. When you see an information online, make sure that information is correct before you can press the share button on your social media account. Because if you press the share button without verifying, the consequences might just be unimaginable. You cannot believe what will happen, in the next few minutes, just because of that information you've shared. So that's why it's important when you see an information online, don't be in haste to share it. Nobody is giving you any price to share information. Make sure you share correct information. Pause, think, verify. Don't be in haste to share any information yet. Because if you share anything, it can disrupt the peace we already have. Yes.
So we looking at fake news, we're also looking at misinformation, but there's something also called propaganda. How can you separate the propaganda from misinformation, fake news, and all of the
So propaganda is the same information. So when someone says something that is meant to paint a very good picture of a particular individual, it also has to be verified. If someone makes a claim regarding an office that a person serves in, it also has to be verified because, people have the tendency to promote people that they benefit from,
Sure.
they get something from. So you got to be very cautious. And also people who are politically aligned, most often you have to be very careful with things that they say. You have to verify all of the things they say. Because sometimes, you remember during the elections now, there were people who were providing fake results because they were politically aligned. You understand, Olive?
Yeah.
So that's why OKFM, for example, was not just accepting results from ordinary people.
Yeah.
There were reporters you assigned in the field and you were taking results from them. Why you didn't take results from people who were just random people? Because the danger for you to share false information was very high at the time. So you had reporters in the field, assigned reporters who you had confidence in and you trusted their ability to provide you with the accurate results. So people who are politically aligned have the tendency to mislead the public, have the tendency to spread false information. That's why you need to be able to verify what they say, not just run with the information they provide without checking the information they've provided.
Okay, so Joseph, before you come in, you've been working with other counties trying to make people understand the importance of misinformation, disinformation. So what can you say up to the time that your organization was established and up to present? What can you say? Do you feel that you're making an impact when it comes to especially checkmating all of the informations that are on social media and in real essence on the news?
Yes, we are making great impact, Olive. I recall when we hosted our media literacy awareness with over 600 students in 2022. Most of those students, do you know what they are doing now? They are holding their parents and their peers accountable for the information they bring.
Okay.
So when you bring the information to the students, ask you, where did you get your information from? You know what one of the students told me? Students say, when I told Mama the information you brought to us, Mama brought information. I asked her, I said, Mama, where you get it from? She said, who are you to ask me that kind of question? So that was just interesting. So you see, students are now holding because that's what all of us have to do, Olive. We need to hold one another accountable for the information we bring. And then getting the source, making sure that the source is accurate before you can share the information, because that's one of the best ways to be able to prevent the spread of misinformation and disinformation in the country. Besides, the awareness we are carrying out currently, the misinfo and disinfo awareness, the impact too is massive, Olive. You know that most people don't even know the definition of misinformation and disinformation. You know how we had to call it? They say, you say, I say, so that the message can sink, right? Most people don't know what is this big word. When you go in the rural area, you got to be very careful with the words you use, your diction. So we had to put it that way. They say, now we understand it. So we clearly explain to them what misinformation is, what disinformation is, and besides, we give them real life examples of how misinformation and disinformation have affected them. I was here the other time and we spoke about the smart AI. Misinformation too can make you lose a lot of money. Misinformation can make you die. You remember COVID? People acted on false information.
Yeah.
And that led to their death. It was not COVID that killed most people.
When you drink
exactly.
Ghana, when you drink,
exactly.
juice, that you can do anything.
So when you drink the other one, your COVID will be gone. Mm-hmm. People acted on wrong information and it led to their death. The WHO reported during the coronavirus disease, they said infodemic, is the widespread of false information during a pandemic or an epidemic. So infodemic was a major contributor to the spread of COVID because WHO was providing accurate information. Other actors on the other side were, undermining the fight.
A series of conspiracy theories.
Exactly.
That hampered people.
Definitely, Joseph.
Knowledge of the disease.
Precisely. So that's why we have to be very cautious. The government, international partners, we have to be very cautious on the information we provide and also be able to enlighten citizens on the need to verify information. And we are kindly appealing to our international partners to kindly help support what we do. Because as it stands, Olive, this month we celebrate 2 years in existence. And this is a remarkable milestone And in 2 years, we haven't had any support from any international partner in Liberia. No support whatsoever. What we are doing now, we are carrying out our initiatives using our meager resources because this is our country. We cannot just sit back and do nothing. We have to get involved. We have to protect the peace. We have to enlighten citizens on the danger of false information because people overlook this. Danger of false information in Liberia, it exists. I was on this radio and I said that even though there is silence of guns, but other potential sources of conflict still exist. And two of those potential causes of conflict are misinformation and disinformation. Let me also inform the public that according to the World Economic Forum 2024 Global Risks Report, it puts misinformation and disinformation as the first global risk over the next 2 years. Do you know what this tells us? It tells us that the need for us to have more awareness, more training on misinformation and disinformation, enlightening citizens on how to verify information, enlightening citizens on how to verify emails, enlightening citizens on how to verify links. Because these are people who consume social media. People receive information on WhatsApp. People use Messenger. They get all kinds of information. And you know, the two kinds of information we can receive in Liberia now, other people sending you information via WhatsApp, say clicking a link, you will get this, you will get gift, you will get that. And also people are impersonating other people's pages, particularly lawmakers and other influential people in society. So citizens have to know how to.
Do you also see the need to talk about there's misinformation, disinformation, but there's also one more malinformation?
Yes. Malinformation is also dangerous. Is a true information, but the intent is to denigrate someone's character, to put a dint on someone's character, to malign someone's character. That's malinformation. Misinformation and disinformation are very, very, very serious. That's what we have to talk about it. Yes, Joseph.
Okay, so we'll talk about impersonation. We'll talk more about that because it's something very much common on social media in Liberia here. Now, we were talking about the COVID-19. There were a lot of conspiracy theories, and that was attributed also because of the limited information we had. When the disease started, WHO didn't have a lot of facts. So people used that gap to fill it in with misinformation to deceive people about the disease. But when WHO started coming with more scientific-based information and people started following, people started getting the information, there were programs, radio shows, interviews about those, you notice that the disease started to decrease. We experienced a similar thing in our politics in Liberia within government. Sometimes governments or officials fail to provide the necessary information at a particular point in time. And you notice that people will start to provide the wrong information before the government comes to clarify, and that information has already gone wild. So what could officials do in helping to prevent such misinformation or disinformation to be spread?
Yes, that's a very important point. When the information is not provided, people just run with anything. And doubt also enables people to spread misinformation and disinformation. That's why the government has to be open. When I was coming, I heard Olive mentioning that government officials have to provide information to us, and that's very key. You have to be able to inform the public on what you do. And Joseph, you also made mention that you've been trying to get some of agenda, and it has been, an uphill battle. The reason, sometimes, I don't know why people are afraid to come on the radio and talk about what you do. You are a government. Come and tell us, okay, we are doing this, we are doing that. So that the public is enlightened. When you provide the information, people know, okay, this is what this government is doing. Someone is giving a wrong information, and we say, no, this is what I heard the minister saying, and it has been, when you do that, that's open government you are having now. There is nothing to hide. You understand? People have confidence in you, but when you keep everybody, in doubt, people don't know what is happening, people don't know what are you doing, then how do they even make sound decisions? How do they even have confidence in your governance? Yes.
The other day I was going through the president's page. So the president has an official page that I know because I followed that page for a long time. and that page has about 89,000 followers. But apart from that, there are a series of other pages. I'm thinking about 6 or 7 of them, fake pages, people just creating, using it as the president. So what could public officials do in order to protect their pages that they would not be impersonated on social media?
Yes, so here's what they can do. So the first thing they can do is to have a verified account. So when social media platforms have that. If you use Facebook, for instance, you can pay for that and you have a check mark in blue field, and that distinguishes you from other fake pages. So people can know, okay, this one here is the real social media account of this public official. Besides also how people can detect when you see a public official, someone who is very popular, and you see a fake page that has maybe 200 followers, why should you even believe it? The man is a popular man. The man is a well-known man. How would such a man have just only 200 followers? I mean, every day you wake up, you hear his name on the news. He's on the radio. You understand what I'm saying? He's not hidden. Everybody knows him. So how can he have just 200 followers? That should raise an eyebrow. You know, understand that this man is a public official. There is unlikely for him to have just 200 followers. So that is another way to be able to detect if this page is a fake page or not. And then I'm urging all public officials, please verify your pages. It doesn't cost much. You understand? Verify your pages so that people are not deceived. People are not misled. You know, sometimes you can see some pages posting information regarding certain public officials.
Yeah, speaking as if it is the person.
Yes, yeah. And people are misled. You know, we live in a very gullible society. Whatever most people see or hear, they tend to believe. So we got to be very cautious. I recall just a few weeks ago, someone sent me a message on WhatsApp. And then an information was the same thing. Click on this link, you will get this. So what I did was to take that information and run it through CAMDL. You know, CAMDL, I was here and I spoke about it. CAMDL is an online application that is used to verify digital identities. And I ran that link through CAMDL and I sent a report to her. And you know what she did immediately? She deleted the post she sent. So it tells you that I didn't tell her, I just said, here is the report of the link you sent. And she read and she knew that, oh, this is for us. I can't keep sharing it. And she deleted the post. So this is what we all have to do. Hold people accountable. When someone sends you something, ask some questions. Do some little research. And you come back with the right information to the person. Don't be apprehensive. Don't be harsh. Just be polite and tell them, oh, this information is not true. Can you kindly stop sharing? Because if you keep sharing, it promotes the spread of misinformation and disinformation in the country.
Okay, so I was just going through one of the pages with the president's photos. It only has Joseph Boakai. This page has about 4,900 followers. 4,900 followers. And guess what? Only 2 posts this page has made, but people continue to follow this particular page. And other government officials are also experiencing similar things. So you spoke about how you can get the verification for public officials. I talked to the press secretary once about this, and I talked to other officials. But sometimes they say it's difficult. They try doing it, but it is not working. So I don't know what could be the cause of that.
Well, actually, I don't know. I'm not working with the executive mansion, so I really don't know why I did not verify the pages that the executive mansion has. So I really can't speak to that, but I can only urge them. To verify the executive mansion's page because it's not verified.
It is not.
Yes, it is not verified.
So for the verification aspect, is it something that maybe if you have stayed with Facebook for some time, to send you the verification? Because I think I saw something on my page like you have the badge, the verification badge. Is this something that's sent to you or there's something you apply for?
You gotta be careful. Sometimes people can send you links. They can be working with Facebook, but they can send you a link to click that link. I recall when I was here, I said people have different intentions. When they send you information, sometimes they are not interested in helping you. but they are interested in getting the information from you and using that information against you. Someone will send you a link and say, okay, you will get a scholarship. Take, for instance, like that badge. You get a free badge. Click this link.
No, it's not free.
Okay.
They told me that I'm eligible for the badge, but I need to pay. I got the notification when I was in Egypt.
Okay.
Yeah, that I need to pay. So that's something you can pay for. Is it
Sure.
something that was sent to you, or you have to apply?
No, you have to request for it.
Okay.
You have to request for it. It's not something that they just give to you. So you have to request for it.
But you
that
pay.
you want exactly. So you have to request for it. But be careful. Sometimes people can send you a link and say, okay, when you click the link here, you get verified. Be very, very careful. When people send you a kind of thing, don't just click it. Use CAMDL. It's SCAMDOC. When you put out the word I just spelled now, you put it in Google, the first option, you click the first option, and then you can be able to scroll down and copy the link, paste the link into that application, analyze the link to know whether this link is trustworthy or not before you can proceed with the information, because people use information against you. You know, they will take the how do you think people can call you and tell you your whole life story, like where you lived before, and you know how many kids you have? How do you think so? Because sometimes you finish putting your information somewhere, but you've forgotten. But someone has that information and say, "Oh yeah, are you Olive? Yes, I'm Olive. Where do you live? I live so and so." And you'll be shocked, and you'll believe that, but that person here knows me, right? And then they can easily deceive you. People can transfer money and all to people before they, the money is gone. You know, you can retrieve it. Smart AI. Clear example in Liberia.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I cataloged some mis and disinformation, and I just would like to rumble through some of them quickly.
Please.
For example, we have fabricated content, completely false content. So somebody just sits somewhere and
just make up stories.
And what's the intent of that?
So all of that, when people make up stories, sometimes they just want to achieve their objectives. So take, for instance, someone will say something that is not true, but their objective is to be able to, you know, get the confidence of the public or get the admiration of the public. Oh yeah, the mayor, you're really working. And you know, people provide false information like that. So they just make up something. They just tell the people that thing. Then why they went here, they just talking to them. Then they will be excited.
Okay.
The fabricated content.
So another one is manipulated content.
Now the fake one, and that one where they can come in the form of AI, or somebody can take somebody like, for example, Olive picture, and they change it. Maybe the person is not Olive, but they will call the person here from there. Then they pull different person here there. That one they call manipulated content. Okay. So you gotta be careful. Like, wow, they got another online application that can help you. Google reverse image search can help you verify if the image is a real image and who that image there, who is that person, that image there. Hey, they can help you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk. This is also we're talking about it earlier, but let's see what we talk about. Impostor content,
the one we're just talking
impersonation, you know, of a genuine source.
Now the one we're just talking about. Somebody who you sit down, you say, I am, take for instance, the president. I'm President Bwaga.
Yeah.
Then you have an account, you have his picture there. That one, an imposter. Someone is operating that account. Someone is the handler, right? But it's not President Joseph Bwaga. But that person is posting information, pretending to be president. That one there, they call it impostor content.
It also happens to websites. For example, somebody take a website, take a design, use it.
It does.
So you who are on Google making research, how can you differentiate the original website from the fake ones?
Awesome. So here's an example. So you talk about that. So take for instance www.bbc.org or bbc.com. Someone can create another domain name, www.bbc.or_.org. But you log in there, the real BBC. So other people not taking notice. They say, but that BBC. Before you look, you finish spreading something from that because the person has an intent.
Yeah.
The person will bring something close to that website domain, and then you will believe it. If you're not very careful, and you can't distinguish the real domain from that fake domain, because they will not bring something completely opposite. They will bring something very close to that same thing. Yes. So that's why we have to be very cautious.
So Joseph, something that is also very serious. I went to a training before for this same thing, and then there was a video. I saw a video with a particular person speaking. And then that person, they put some insulting words. The person was speaking with insults. A very prominent person from the United States. I think it was the former president, using that kind of, oh man, it was so bad. But that video was not real.
AI generated.
Yeah, so AI plays a major role.
So that kind of video now, if you see that video now, it's Donald Trump, they've been already insulting and something. So how can we clear that out, especially when you want to know if the video is real?
So there are you have, first thing, two main things you have to take notice of: the pitch of the person.
Okay.
You got to take a very close look at the video itself, because sometimes AI is very advanced, and
sometimes you don't notice that blur,
exactly,
content.
So the voice, the video itself, if you look at the real Donald Trump and you look at the one that is on the video, there will be some dissimilarity. So you got to be very careful, and sometimes you got to look at the gesticulation. And, because of that, AI can be very fast. You understand? That's not how real human beings speak. Human beings have a different way of speaking than an AI-generated content. So all of that, you got to be very careful on how you analyze the video to know, okay, whether this. You remember we talked about, when we were here a few weeks ago, we talked about the video that came out that said former President Weah now has an app that is improving the lives of Liberians. And it took prominent journalism. Prominent journalists say, you saw her? Yeah, prominent journalists. So you know what they did that? They did that to make people to believe and say, but we can see them there on television. We can hear on the radio. We can see the lady. Oh, but that's true. Because, when people see, trusted voices or trusted, individuals, they tend to believe it. So AI, when you even carefully examine that clip, you can see the people are speaking fast. When you get it, oh, come on. So that's not how human beings really speak normally. So you got to be very cautious. Yeah.
Now let's talk about false connections. When headlines, values, or captions do not support the content, I think that is basically in the media.
Yeah. Newspapers, mainly, they do that. So you put on a sensational headline, and then when you read the story, different from what you can you imagine? So the reason why you do that, just for the people to sell, when you go, somebody say, oh, I want to know what happened, and they purchase it. So you gotta be very cautious.
But that's wrong.
It's very wrong.
Deceiving the public.
Of course, that's deception. The story has to match the headline. Anything you say in the headline should reflect in the story. But don't put a story there that will sensationalize things. Hey, there's this happening, and then say, oh, I want to know what's going on. No.
You read from Stanford.
Yes.
you can't find no connection to the headline. Everything is
You can't do that. Yeah, that's deception. Yeah.
Okay. So finally, let's talk about let's talk about sponsored content that we start advertising or PR or disguised as editorial content. Why do people do those kind of things? And also, what you also see that on social media and also in the traditional media.
That's why you have to be very skeptical. When people sponsor a post, it has to have a motive. Sometimes people sponsor that post to achieve certain objectives. Okay, because you don't really know who's sponsoring the post.
Yeah.
That's the first thing there. So when the man paying money to sponsor the post, he knows that when he sponsors that post, it can reach a lot of people. Now, if you just post something on your page, it can really reach to many people like that. But if you sponsor a post, you get people in Granku, Nimba, all the farmer areas will be able to get access to the information. And that was one of the ways people can use to spread false information. So when you see a sponsor post, you gotta be very skeptical. Asking yourself the question, okay, what's the motive of this person? Why is he sharing that kind of information now? What does he want to achieve? Because some of the intention then can be cool. When you see some information then that sponsor, be very skeptical. The mayor is sponsoring the thing to achieve certain thing. You're not just sponsoring it because you feel like sponsoring it, but he has a goal. He has an objective. And if the information sounding too good to be true, somebody will just tell you something quick, and they say, oh, you really mean that? Some people don't have a bank account, but if they tell you, say, oh yeah, when you do this way, you
Can
you imagine?
You got bank account,
In my whole life, I haven't opened bank account. How do I believe that kind of information? But people can believe that. They say, oh, but it's in hey, God has helped me. God has opened doors. People believe. That's why this society is a gullible society. We have to reach to a stage where Liberians become critical of the information they get.
Yeah,
asking people tough questions. Excuse me, where you got that information from? Let's know the source. We ourselves won't go check it too. And, let's get to that point. That's why our organization, Campaigners Against Misinformation and Disinformation, we are reaching out. We're not stop. We keep reaching out to citizens, enlightening them on the danger of false information in Liberia, organizing trainings on how to prevent the spread of misinformation and disinformation in Liberia. Because it's very important, Joseph, we haven't told the people the meaning of misinformation and disinformation. Now, let's just tell them quickly. You see, there are two words, these are big words in Liberia. And globally, in Liberia, they think are not only affecting us, they're affecting the whole world. So, misinformation and disinformation, when you hear it, the two things mean false information. So misinformation, that false information there. But the person who giving that information, thinking that information that are true, so that what they can share it, that one that misinformation. The person not mean to do it. Disinformation there, that also false information. But that person there who giving that information knows that the information is not true information, but they still go ahead and give it. Because that person there won't achieve something. That person there won't make the public to look at him, in a very good way. So that disinformation there. So that get to be what, but to be what, it just mean false information.
Okay. So before we take the line, somebody sent me this message, and this is how pages are being hacked in Liberia.
Okay.
The person said, "Good morning. Send me your number so I can register you to free Facebook network browser for 8 months."
Free.
No data.
8 months. But guess what? The person had to block me because the way I responded, I don't want to read.
Wow. So you can imagine how many persons have received that message.
And they send it through someone I know.
Okay.
So they have hacked this person page using the same method. So they use the person page because I know the person.
Have you been utilizing CAMDL?
I have not used it
Please,
yet.
you need to.
Because I don't even click. I don't even click these links that come to me.
Most people can just click. Click and start, following instructions. Put your name, put this, put that, put all your information. Then before you know that, but how the man call me, everybody from my family. My mom, people, then you don't know now. If you need putting that kind of information in, before you look, you have lost your page. And besides, and another thing I want to stress, WhatsApp is a very powerful social media platform that people can use. But people here gotta be careful. When you get any information like that, don't just be sharing it. Some people can just see and they don't even read what is on the link. They just share. You can't do that kind of thing. Because sometimes some people can't even take time to even read the information on the link, but they keep sharing. And we can't do that. That's why we are here to provide you with the education and the information. And when you have a link, you use an online application called CAMDL. It's SCAMDOC. It's not hard to use. I wish we had a setup here where we can be able to, instruct the people, on how to do it. But we look forward to.
Okay, we're gonna maybe a time will come to do that demonstration.
Yes, exactly. You see, that's the CAMDL. Okay. That's that. So you just scroll down and you see a box there called Analyze. So that's where you can paste the link that you receive on your WhatsApp or on any social media platform.
Okay.
Yes.
Taweh Johnson is the Executive Director of Campaigners Against Misinformation and Disinformation in Liberia, here on the OK Morning Rush with me, Joseph and Olive. Call us on 0777 700 995 0555 026 995. Let's start with this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Joseph Daniel. Good morning, Paris Stevenson. Good morning to your studio guests.
Go ahead, please. You're live.
Okay, I'm talking, according for writing for making country. I just want to firstly appreciate the misinformation crew. When this is why I said that information, when they started the program, it came very late to the nation. People have getting to realize, let me just tell you, brother, you are doing extremely well to the extent that some government officials, when they put information around, when we try to counter check and we tell them that the Misinformation has given us the story that you publish here is lie. They will start to challenge that you people are lying. So I said to myself, I said, that is good. So the only thing I'm fighting on is that you people should make sure that all these programs should go to all the local radio stations in the country and the various media online in Liberia. Because people are really following now. People are getting to know that now to tell you lie to somebody, it's easy to publicize it. So they are putting the thing in order.
Okay, thank you. Olive, you have someone there.
The person just dropped it.
Okay, let's take this person. Good morning.
Okay. No,
Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Go ahead, please. You're live.
Morning. This is Dave. I'm calling from the Punjab Island. Thank you for the information. You see, all the things I was talking about for me, although I haven't been in my personal and damage, and I use the Facebook account. Although it's very more important the issue of information. So I mean, the other day, one of my former schoolmates, who I know way back, I told him, man, I was on the street, the next step, you were on a new brain die. You know, telling me, man, why you doing the living and things like that, because of my, my stand, I decided to ask him a question. And then now, somebody come in and say, that man, don't do business with him. And he is there for that, he can't call me. I think this misinformation is important, something that I want our brother to do on a daily basis or even one time in a week, at least so inform the Liberian public.
Okay.
Thank you for the information, man. Thank you.
Thank you as well.
Let's take this call. Say you can every day. Go ahead, J-Line.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Okay. My name is William D. Taweh, and I come from our town.
Go ahead.
Let me appreciate you guys for the fascinating discussion this morning. I must appreciate the level of discussion you guys have had this morning in the studio. I think this is something that our society is very polarized with perception and the way we look at things because we align with certain institutions, we tend to believe certain information that is not favorable based on our alignment and all on the other side. This is how this information and misinformation spread about. I think if our society, like you're doing now, I think the organization is doing well by helping our society to be educated with regards to disinformation and misinformation. I think the disinformation aspect, where people do this and basically make information just for their own benefit, it also has to do with propaganda, like basically government institutions, political parties also use these things to make the people to believe information that are not correct.
Okay.
And also, misinformation has to do with people telling the truth around. So if we have to educate our people and make the polarization of our misconceptions, perception of these things to turn down, I think it will help our society to move forward. Thank you for the time.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Thank you.
You are very low. Can you speak a little bit louder?
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
How now, you know?
Yes, better.
Okay, thank you. Look, my fiancé nearly fell victim of sharing information. And when I told her there was a day, I was sent to her asking her for email. But is a director, she's ready to help her. So I kept her encouraged her and told her, do not give the information to this person. Everything she's sending you, she's taking it from the WHO page. She's sending these pictures to you. Do not give her your information. She tried to insist. I had to call all people to come to her and told her that any attempt for you to send her information to this video, she's ready to look at it. I'm going to give you a sheet and say everything all around. This is a serious matter we need to take into consideration. Because there are some qualified journalists, I don't know why they just put their characters as based with some of unnecessary information. Thank you so much. I want to ask you to please continue to share the information. Now we're going to OPSM, this is a TV show. I hope all of this can help television all around.
Thank you.
Let's take this.
Okay, thank you.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Just help us to lower your monitor now before you sponsor my chat here. Thank you.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm E. Johnson. I'm joining from District 13.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, let me say thank you to your studio guests for providing sensitive information to the public. See, these are some of the things that really getting our, people just saying things out of the way. What he just said, this thing happened to me. There was something on Facebook message I received where I was called to send some information, and after that, the person told me that they get money to send me. So I plugged in all my information, but now the only thing that remained, they told me that, oh, but you need to send your Facebook password. I said, what? Are you kidding? So I look at it and say, no, sending Facebook password, do our Facebook password. I have read that straight since the person that blocked me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is good for us to really be informed, and our people will know that, oh yes, information is really, it destroys people and even make people. Depends on the way in which they carry out.
Okay.
So I just want to thank your student guests for providing that sensitive information to the public.
Thank you.
Okay. Somebody, Isaiah Lloyd, is interested in you explaining again how to use CAMDL. They want to know. So let's hear from this person. Good morning.
Good morning, Daniel.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Good morning to all.
Good morning.
I want to thank your studio guests you are doing. My name is Benny Pascal Duffy. I call for cover time. I want to thank your studio guests. They are doing a very good job. Our society is gullible. On the side of the government and the opposition, people get misinformation and their supporters will carry it wide. But the job the guys are doing, I think they are balancing the equation and everybody getting to know what is right and what is good in this country. My fear is they should be careful before they be manipulated by either side. Maybe on the side of the government or the opposition, let it remain constant, let it remain neutral, and give the Liberian people the information that they deserve, and let the issue of false information start spreading. Let me applaud them and say again, they should be very mindful. As we go along the way, people will try to manipulate it, and if they go down with either party, their work will go into it. So I want to say thank you for doing a good job, and let Mama Labrador prevail.
Let's take this one right here. The misinformation thing is serious. Go ahead.
It's very serious. Good morning, guys. My name is Michael Timpson, and I phoned for the community this morning.
Let's go ahead.
I just want to thank the executive director in the studio for such brilliant thought. This is one of the best shows I've ever listened to because it's open. I think it's something that almost everyone has experienced. I'll just give an example and then move on to something and close. So I received this call when I was sometime when I was in the US, and I'm just trying to see this because it happened everywhere. The guy said that he was calling from IRS and that he needed my social security number, blah 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 blah. And your social security number in the US is one of your most, if not the best, confidential information that you ever want to share with anyone. So it was like they want to pay me back on my tax return. I know that IRS will easily call you, for those kind of things. So get to Liberia is happening here, and people do a lot of stuff. And what I tend to realize that sometimes we just want something free. You know that you didn't work for this amount. You know that you're not expecting money. And someone tells you that give me this information, I'm going to send you some cash. It's bad. To close on the issue of verification, I agree with the executive director that public officials should muster the courage to be able to verify their account. I have my account verified for the last almost a year. Maybe the reason why it's not working for them, probably because of the address, and you need a debit card to put on. You're going to pay for it. It's not free. I think it's $14.99 plus tax would be $16, something like that. But you have to pay for it. And they can work with partners that they have too in the U.S. because maybe it's about the address they're using because they want your zip code. In Liberia, we don't operate zip code. So they need to work around it. But our account like the president, I think it needs to be verified. Thank you so much. Great show, good information. And one question before I leave. Is this organization open to membership? I would love to a part of this organization.
Okay. Just keep listening. Let's take one more, then we'll go back to our guest quickly.
Yeah. Good morning, Joseph, and good morning, Olive.
Good morning.
Good morning to the guests in studio. I'm Washington Bolivar. I'm calling for Augusta. Thank you, Executive Director, for making an effort to at least to help the public, because we have a lot of bad people in this war. It's leading to misinformation in people and this terrorism people. So we thank you for your research. At least you are able to enlighten the public that they will not be easily fooled again. So we say thank you. Continue to do. I did bring another idea also too, because we appreciate you, but bring another great idea that will go on our life that will not just get into things that will affect us.
Okay. Thank you. And we have to stop right here and go back to Taweh. You listen to the callers.
Yeah, Joseph, thank you. Let me thank all of the callers. So you see now, people are now coming to terms regarding the danger of false information in the country. It's very important for us to know how to verify information. Don't just share any information you come across. Make sure the information is correct. Now, one of the callers asked me to explain CAMDL again. Now, CAMDL is an online application. That means you need to go online.
And somebody also wants to get the clear pronunciation. I think the spelling for it as well. This person just sent this message.
Scam is SCAMDOC. SCAMDOC.
SCAMDOC. SCAMDOC.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's an online application that you can use to verify all the information, and people can send you, via WhatsApp. Those links, man. Sometimes people can send you emails. So SCAMDOC is used for three purposes. You can verify phone numbers, email addresses, and links. So when you go to Google and you type CAMDL, the first option, why you should click. When you click that one now, when you come down, there's a search box there. They call it, below the search box, there is analyze. So when you copy that link from website, that way you go and put that link now, you go and paste it in that search box. When you finish doing that one, then you click analyze. It will tell you the trust level of that link. Because that one there is important for you to believe, okay, whether I can proceed with putting my information on the kind of link. When 1% red, it will be in red. It will tell you that the trust level is very low. Don't continue with that kind of link. Just know that you're doing things at your own risk, because that link cannot be trusted. Okay. Besides, Michael Tipperson asks, is the organization open to membership? Yes, but we are open. We can scrutinize our membership. We are open, and we are very cautious on how we allow political. In fact, we don't entertain politicians on our team. We entertain neutral people. So, Mr. Tipperson, thank you for your commendation, and we look forward to seeing you verifying all your information and giving right information. Thank you.
Okay, thank you as well. So somebody wanted to know if it is an app. I don't think so.
CAMDL is an online application.
Online, you just go online, Google.
Yeah,
but you cannot download it like going on Play Store.
Well, I don't think that is a
okay, so you just have to Google.
Yes, you just have to Google. It's a free tool. Yeah. You don't have to pay money for that one. Yeah. So just Google.
It's almost like the Google reverse search.
Exactly.
Okay, so he's Taweh Johnson.
Yeah, so just before I go, thank you again, Joseph, and thanks to Olive for allowing us to come and enlighten the Liberian people on the danger of false information and the need to verify information. Thanks to the Oki family for giving us this opportunity. This is a precious opportunity, and we are always willing to come and provide information to the public regarding false information, misinformation, and disinformation. This is an opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, we'll have you here again sometime, Taweh, to come. It is always good to have you on the show. Let's take a break quickly. When we come back, we will talk to Anderson Yamen. He is the Executive Director of the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia.